Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about my senior year experience. For those of you who don't know, I just finished university. I finished in April throughout this COVID madness, so we're going to get into my entire senior year experience, if it was wrecked because of COVID, all of that. So let's just go right into this video. So I have a major of sociology and a minor of psychology, so my degree is arts. I have an arts degree with a major of sociology, minor of psychology. My senior year started in September 2019 and went to April 2020. So yes, COVID did wreck the last 2 months. The last 2 months I moved home to my parents' house. My university is 2 hours away from where I grew up. So when COVID hit, there was other stuff going on in my life. My apartment flooded, everything like that. I have videos on that. But so I did end up moving home for the 2 months, finishing school here in this bedroom. And yeah, and just online schooling for the last 2 months because of COVID. So I have made a video on the first 4 years of university. So this was my 5th year. I finished my degree in 5 years. This year I was still living in the same apartment I did in my 4th year. I was living by myself, had my own apartment, 1-bedroom apartment. So that was nice. It was a 20-minute bus ride to the school. And the only issue was that my bus stopped at 6 p.m. So when I had night classes, I had to bus home, get my car, drive to school, and pay for parking. And I took 1 or 2 night classes each semester. So that was a big pain because the parking got very, very expensive. But other than that, living off of campus was not a problem for me. I actually preferred living off campus because I had a shitty roommate on campus when I did live on campus. How many times am I going to say campus? But I didn't want to go back to living in residence, so I had the same apartment I did for my 4th year, and it was good for the most part. So university, I feel like everybody says that's where they meet all their friends, that friends in high school aren't the friends you're going to end up with. For me, that's the complete opposite. I have not made one solid friend. Actually, that's a lie. I made one solid friend in all of my university. In the 5 years I've taken university classes, I have made one friend that I am still friends with. I made one friend last year in class for the semester, but then after the semester, I know we didn't talk, and that was the same situation in my fall semester. I had a girl in my class who we became good friends, sat together in class, talked, whatever. And then after that semester was over, we didn't talk. So I've only made that one good friend throughout my entire university experience. The rest of my friends are still friends from high school, which is kind of depressing because I was hoping to make friends. Obviously, that didn't happen. I don't know if it's just me, but like I would sit down in classes and people would talk to each other, but nobody would talk to me. So, and I'm very shy, so I'm not like outgoing to go and talk to people. I don't know. I didn't make any friends, which kind of sucked. I made that one good friend, and that was it. So don't go to university expecting to make all these friends like you see in the movies, like you see other people making, because it could happen to you, but it could not happen to you as well. I hung out with the same 2 friends, that same friend that I met in university a few years earlier, and then my friend that has been my friend since high school. And I also went out more. I don't know if it was like a senior year thing or what, but in September alone, I went out 2 or 3 times, which I usually only go out like 2 or 3 times a semester. So I got that done in September, and that wasn't the only 2 or 3 times I went out. So I went out partying a lot more this year. Of course, the past 2 months, it's hard to really articulate how my senior year went because it got cut short because I moved home and took online classes because of COVID. So my senior year was kind of wrecked because of COVID, but to me it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know, we'll get into it. But yeah, I went out a lot more considering the year got cut short. Moving on to the next topic is like the actual academic part of it. Teachers. I had a lot of shitty teachers. How do I say this? I'm making a whole another video of my overall university experience, because I think university is the biggest scam ever. I truly do. So stay tuned for that video. But for me, I had a lot of shitty teachers, and it's hard to sit back and take it. Like in high school, you have to take it because you're high school students, and I don't know, like you just have to take it when you're a kid and in school. But in university, I had a very hard time sitting back and taking the bullshit from these teachers, because I pay to go to school there. I pay for their freaking life. Like I literally, my tuition money pays their wage. So it pisses me off when they slack, when they don't do what they're supposed to do, when they're just shitty humans, and when they're just shitty teachers. Like, I've run in, this past year was the worst experience for teachers for me. I had many shitty teachers. I had a lot of okay teachers, and I had probably one good teacher. That's how shitty this year was for teachers. With that, kind of reflects my marks, because a shitty teacher equals a shitty mark. My marks are shitty to begin with, so it's hard to take another hit on top of that because of the shitty teaching, if that makes sense. So for the most part, the teachers were okay. The classes were okay. Everything was bearable, but I still hated school. It didn't matter. I hate school. I will always hate school. I don't know what else to say. Like, that might be my experience making school worse for me, but because I had a shitty school experience too. But I hate school. Always hated school. Hated high school. Hated university. I just hate school. But this year was bearable. So maybe I was bitter for the last semester as well, because I was supposed to be done in December. I had all the credits I needed to graduate in December. Obviously, I would have to wait until the June ceremony to actually graduate, but I was supposed to be able to graduate in December. They wouldn't let me graduate because of my average, so I had to take another semester of school to boost my average up, which was bullshit to me. And like I said, it will be mentioned in the how my overall university experience was, because I think if I went to a better school, if I went to a different school, I would have had a great university experience. Like for me, it's the shitty university, and yeah. So I wasn't allowed to graduate in December like I was supposed to. So I had to take another semester of school, and then there was another shit show that just happened after the semester ended, but I should be able to graduate come November. Because I finished classes in April. June was canceled. I wasn't supposed to be here anyway. So I applied for the November convocation, and I haven't heard back yet. This whole school year, I was just ready to be done. Like, I think it just dragged on so long because it was my last year, and it's like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if taking summer 2019 classes had anything to do with that, because it was a full 2 years of school from September 2018 to April 2020. I was in classes, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or if it was just the last year, I'm ready to be done, get me the hell out of here. But I was so wanting to be done, so ready to be done, more so than any other year. The whole COVID thing hitting in March, my school was canceled, I think March 17th. Really did put a damper on the rest of the year, because I don't mind online classes. I actually prefer online classes. However, it did cancel parties, other social events, things like that. And for people who were supposed to convocate in June, canceled that. So it really did put a damper on the year, because we missed out on a lot of senior year experiences because of it, which really sucks, considering a good portion of us have paid over $100,000, and just to get nothing to celebrate for it because of COVID and because of the shitty school, because they did nothing for us, really sucks. Thankfully, my pinning ceremony was in January, at the end of January, so I didn't get to miss out on that. I did get to experience that for my senior year. However, just COVID really blew everything out of the water because I lost my summer job, which I didn't apply for June convocation because I was supposed to be in Florida, therefore making me lose my convocation and missing out on parties, social events, everything like that. Like, the end of the year and senior year was kind of ruined because of everything going on. And I'm not even gonna lie, my school did a terrible, terrible, terrible job at helping us celebrate. Because there is some schools, for example, I follow Nikki Cortland. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube. I follow her, and she also graduated from university this year, and her university let them go to school and take pictures with a cap and gown. And they tried to help celebrate with them. Our school did none of that, to my knowledge, but I didn't see one picture. My friends were supposed to convocate this year. They got nothing. I know for a fact, actually, they got nothing. They got their grad pictures because they were taken before COVID hit, and that was it. Like, our school did not try anything. We didn't get cap and gown. We didn't do, like, literally nothing. And I don't know what else they could have done, but for example, our high school in the town I grew up in, they had little signs put on the graduates' front lawns, at their workplaces. They had a 3-hour drive by grad where they were all spaced out 6 feet, and they had their little booth so they could still wear their prom dresses and suits and still get that aspect of a graduation without actually having the ceremony, which was my high school's dream, because our high school wanted to cancel our entire grad ceremony. Again, a video about that is coming up this month as well. But like, our school tried to celebrate the grads. My old high school tried to celebrate the grads. My university, where people paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, did absolutely nothing for them, which just irks me and pisses me off, and it makes me happy that I didn't apply for grad for June. I applied for November, so I still have a hope of getting something, like a grad ceremony or something. But who knows? Honestly, who knows? I kind of mentioned, I feel bad for the high school graduates. I do, because that is still a big moment in a person's life. But there's university students who paid thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars and they didn't get to graduate. Like, I feel like media and everything like that is making a huge deal of high school graduates, which is, it's terrible. I cannot imagine having my high school grad canceled and taken away from me. That would be terrible. But people are forgetting about the university graduates as well, because, like I said, we spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get this education, and for no ceremony, no convocation, no graduation ceremony, nothing. Like, we got nothing at my school, which is very shitty on the school's end, and I'm very glad, like I said, I do have that chance in November if COVID can piss off. But just think of the university grads as well, not just the high school grads, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it started out okay, and then it just got progressively worse as the year went on. There is a fly. Oh. But side of fly. I can't speak English. Fly aside. It got progressively worse as the year went on. I missed out on a lot of social opportunities because of my lack of friends. I had a bunch of shitty teachers. I had to deal with a bunch of shitty school rules that shouldn't be rules because they're stupid. I had to deal with a lot of other shitty staff members at the school. Then school got canceled, and like I mentioned, I truly don't mind online classes. I prefer them. But the fact that all our school did for us was keep us informed by sending us an email probably almost every day at the beginning, and now it's once a week. That's all they did for us. Literally all they did for us. And that's the amount of money we spend to go to this school really pisses me off that that's literally all they did for us. If I could go back, number one, I probably wouldn't have gone to university in the first place. That is how terrible my experience was. That is how... I don't regret it because I do have an education, and of course you always want to have an education to fall back on, or something to fall back on. But I probably would have never gone if I knew the outcome. If I knew how shitty of an experience and how shitty of a 5 years I was gonna have. Hello? Okay. Every time I film, I swear to God, I get a phone call. But number 2, I definitely would not have gone to the university I did go to. Like I said, a future video will be coming about the shit show and the shitty situations and just my overall university experience. Keep in mind, I went to 3 different schools. So I think I can speak volumes to how much of a scam schools are. Education is a terrific, terrific thing. I don't want anyone to twist my words, but I think university is a scam, and I shouldn't say scam, but for lack of a better word, a scam. But like I said, my second point is I would not, if I did go to school, like my first point is I probably would not have gone to school, but if I did, I would not have gone to this school. If I could have seen the outcome and the bullshit and the shitty situations, I would not have chosen this school. So when you pick your schools, please, please, please choose wisely. Please, please, please do your research. I did all this and I still got put in a shitty situation. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys other than I don't want to discourage people from going to school, but I do want people to really realize how everything you hear and everything you see and all of the things, all the stereotypes of school are not necessarily true. Like I said, everybody says that university is the best time of your life, that you're gonna make friends that you'll have forever, that you're gonna party every weekend, get good grades, finish in 4 years, all of this bullshit, and literally I can't even think of one that came true. I can't even think of one of stuff that everybody says university is good for. I got a degree, so I guess that's one. I don't know. That is it for today's video, you guys. I know it was probably a little bit confusing because I was bouncing all over the place, but if you guys have questions, leave them down below because like I said, there is a video coming out about all my entire university experience, so if you do have any questions, leave them down below and I'll answer them in that video. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I hope you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.